everyone, and welcome into more Ticket to Ride here on the Sorcerer Network. My name is Sorcerer Matt, and let's get this party started. So, excuse me. So I think Los Angeles to Oklahoma City, Phoenix to Boston, Denver to Pittsburgh is the play here. Vancouver to Portland is nice, like, later in the game, but, like, taking it now to also get Calgary to Salt Lake, then I'm trying to go north and south and east and west. I think I'd rather take the biggest ticket and then, focus on this rather than focus on all the stuff up here. I will probably use the wild and my pair of black. Like, I am 100% doing this right now. If we don't get Los Angeles to Phoenix, it really, 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 really sets us back. I would love to go Phoenix to Denver and then Denver to Oklahoma City, work my way to Little Rock, and then kind of we'll see what we can hook, like what the pathway looks like. But we're, we've got getting Los Angeles to Phoenix solidified right away. Very nice. Very nice. Alternatively, we could, depending on what kind, if we really don't see any white, we could go Phoenix to Santa Fe and then just take this route up to Denver and then just get into Oklahoma City via Santa Fe. I would rather have the points of Phoenix to Denver and Denver to Oklahoma City. And because it's early in the game, I'm liking that. Interesting that we got 3 players that take 3 tickets. Blue is the only one that takes 5. Blue also is apparently taking a very long time to decide what the second card that they want to do is. So we'll just go off the top. Probably at this point, I guess I maybe should have grabbed the yellow there. Because probably getting Boston to New York to Pittsburgh, ooh, whacking my mic there, sorry, is probably what we want to do. Didn't have Oklahoma City to Kansas City being the route that everybody wanted on my bingo card. That's not super bad for us, but it also isn't, it's not my favorite. I do like that. That green is heading north. I believe that I want to do red because I would like to get Oklahoma City to Denver, I guess, fairly soon, just with the increased traffic in this area. But at this point, probably if I don't see anything that I'm really wanting, which I don't think we're gonna because blue's gonna take off the top, let's just do this. I feel very comfortable in doing that. Depending on how this goes as well, depending on where everybody plays, everyone's kind of shown their hand, so to speak. Well, that's interesting. Worst case scenario, we just kind of hop down to Dallas, but I don't know whether that really changes. How much does that change what I want to do? Because, so like I definitely want to do this. Because now what I could do, I could just come Chicago, Omaha, Denver, kind of ignore this southern part, let green kind of do their thing. I don't hate this idea. I'm going to grab the 2 pink rather than orange. If the orange is there, I'm going to take it. What is happening here? This is a This is a very strange. Yeah, I definitely want to do that route because it just, yeah, everything's kind of getting muddy. I don't think that blue is coming down to Oklahoma City, but I'm not taking the risk. Um, yeah, I definitely want to kind of take this upper route here because everyone else is kind of down in this southern part. So forget trying to work our way down here. We got to Oklahoma City, and we need to still kind of maneuver around this way. But at this point, why? The only really concern is that I've seen no white cards. Yeah, and now we really do need to see said white cards because that's kind of our easiest. That's what we want. I'm not surprised that purple is grabbing white because I think purple either needs to get over into Nashville or is coming up above Winnipeg to Calgary. I would love it if you left that white alone. Intelligent owl. Yes to that, and we'll just go off the top. Hey, that's excellent. Excellent. So the only downside of this route is it's all very specific colors, and that can lead to trouble. Man. Holy cats. Wow. Wow. I don't know the last time that I've seen this kind of battle for the middle of the board. I mean, I've seen this happen on the coasts. I'm gonna grab this because I have it. I know it kind of telegraphs my routes, but it feels very strange to be in a position where like the middle of the board is what I'm trying to get. Okay. So what's the priority here? Is the priority getting Omaha to Chicago or this Phoenix to Denver? Well, if I just keep drawing wilds off the top, it's not really going to matter. Probably because I don't just want to spend too much time just drawing. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to go ahead and draw. Los Angeles, Chicago's a yes. And then both of these are good. Do I just grab? I can get into Santa Fe. Like that's not hard. Though, I guess here's my argument for not going into Santa Fe is there's only 2 more routes into it, and I guess I'd rather just get everything else. And getting all of this stuff is, like, I don't know, just getting the rest of this. I'm already drawing 3 tickets. It's not like I really need more. Like a 4th one obviously would be great, but and it wasn't like a 20-pointer either. I really would like Nashville to Atlanta. However, the blue is just too good to pass up. And I may regret that decision later. I don't know. But as of this moment, I would just rather have the blue, especially because now I can complete that route, and I probably want to go Nashville to Pittsburgh with the yellow. So we're in really, really nice shape at this point. We're definitely not, out of the woods here. And it looks like blue has a Vegas to Miami route. That is interesting. But I think the other stuff they have isn't really, well, maybe they don't. Okay, I want to do this one first. I somewhat to make sure that I cut off Chicago as much as possible. And then I am going to grab Phoenix to Denver here. I just don't want any funny business to happen. Though, I guess what am I really scared of there? Blue going into there? I don't know. If there's a yellow on board, I'd rather have that. Especially because at this point, I'm sitting real pretty right now. Because once I grab Phoenix to Denver, I have no problems drawing tickets again. Why would I be scared of drawing tickets? Yeah, I've never seen the middle of the board. I shouldn't say I never. You rarely see the middle of the board be this contested. And part of it is there's some decent tickets there. Like I think Winnipeg to Houston is a 12-point ticket. It's very nice. But you don't want to spend so much of the game. I'm going to draw tickets again, because I'm going to draw tickets here, before green or purple has drawn one new set of tickets. What do I think about Salt Lake City to Chicago? Okay, I don't like Portland, obviously don't like Portland, Houston, and I really don't want to try to get into Vancouver either. I think it's just these two. I'm already into Chicago. I have a pretty easy path to get to both of these places. Little concerned here, but I don't think that purple or green are really in a position where they are going to want to get Denver to Salt Lake City. And then connecting up Chicago to St. Louis and St. Louis to Kansas City seems pretty easy. There's multiple ways we can go. And then we hope to see some yellow to connect this up as well. I don't like that you're taking pink, but I also would not mind the red or the yellow. I want to go 2 tracks here, so I'm going to grab a yellow and a red. Maybe I should try to commit to one thing, but I've got a bunch of stuff here. So green also wants pink. So what I'm looking at here with purple is they've spent most of the game getting all this stuff in the middle, and I don't know what has it gotten them. I actually don't mind a blue here because I can use the blue to go here. St. Louis to Kansas City. That was the phrase I was looking for here. So I think that's the play. All right, another red doesn't really excite me all that much. Gotta watch green a little bit here. Green is kind of way ahead of everybody on trains. Probably with a Vancouver to Montreal, but so be it. But once again, outside of really not seeing much yellow, we're in okay shape. So if there's not a yellow or a blue or a pink, I am probably I was literally about to say, and if I don't get the yellow, I can go Nashville to St. Louis. Never mind. So yeah, I'm okay doing this. Okay, now I really do need a pink. Okay, a wild is nice, and a pink is nice. Well, that's very nice. Now, I would also like to kind of save that wild for going Nashville to Pittsburgh. But I think that I think that this is okay. Now we are getting to the part of the game where, yeah, like if the wilds are there, I would want to take them. However, I'm hoping that yellow sticks. I'm actually kind of hoping that blue takes some tickets here. Really interesting route by blue. What are we looking at here? I thought it was a Vegas to Miami, like sure thing, but ooh, that's nice. But now I'm not certain of that. So it's Nashville to Pittsburgh, and then we draw again. We are kind of out of any Miami things. Don't really want to take that risk at this point of the game. But I do think that we're very well plugged into the board. San Francisco would be a little bit of a risk. Of course, it's all north-south routes. Ugh. So, Sault Ste. Marie to Miami is a no. I mean, honestly, Chicago to New Orleans is probably the one that that's the only one we have a kind of a shot at. And unfortunately, it does mean that we need 3 green with someone sitting at 5 trains. So that's not great. We have to get very, very lucky here. However, it is only a 7-pointer, so I also don't want to like completely sabotage things. Now green. So is blue trying? I wonder what blue's plan is. Vegas to Seattle? All right, so this draw here is going to determine what the heck we do. So, okay, a wild makes things interesting because now if we can see a couple green, if we saw no green, no wild, it was like, all right, we're moving on. But seeing this somewhat makes me want to grab the Salt Lake to Little Rock and like, yeah, maybe we see a green here. Okay. And unfortunately, we can't get that. I was hoping that was going to be a green or a wild. Yeah, like this makes things a little bit more interesting here. Because I don't want to deliberately lose a ticket. That's dumb. I'm surprised that green is not trying to end this game more aggressively. Now, green might also be looking at their tickets going, I don't have good tickets, but, I mean, you've got at least Vancouver to Montreal. That's a little bit of a bummer. Ooh, but that's not. Okay. And then I'm just going to grab this because a pair at this juncture of the game is nice. More destinations for green. So, green is either in I'm drawing destination tickets and I'm hitting all of them, or I'm missing and I'm just to a point of like, well, might as well keep going. So it looks like the key here, I think, for everybody to kind of look at is Blue's clearly trying to go Los Angeles to San Francisco to Portland, in my opinion. And so, yeah, we probably should not let him or her do that. This intelligent owl should probably not be allowed to do that. Now it looks like Blue has, if they're playing that, okay. But we'll see if that was enough for them, because I'm about to end it. And now comes an interesting question, is do I think that Green has completed all their tickets? Or not? I'm interested to see if Blue, that yellow, was able to get him Los Angeles to San Francisco. Because I don't have the 15-point bonus. I don't have the 15-point bonus if green has completed everything, and I'm gonna risk it a little bit here. And of course I'm gonna get burned. Boy, all these would have been great way earlier in the game. No matter. I'm okay with that risk. I think it was a good calculated risk. There were a lot. We're in Los Angeles. There's a lot of Los Angeles stuff. We're plugged into Nashville, Atlanta, all this other stuff. We're going to be somewhere in near 150 here, and in fact, we're going to be exactly 150. And there we go. It also helps when green has missed out on 2 of them. So green needed Portland to Pittsburgh and did not prioritize that route of 1, which I do not feel sorry for, because you have to know that you need that route. All right, so once again, it looks like purple just had this middle of the map routes, which is fine, just is using up a lot of time. So I'm confused by blue's game. I think blue was going with I'm going to get longest train, ride or die, but I don't have the tickets in order to do anything. Yeah, the big thing here is, green missing out on, because green actually had a pretty solid run of tickets. But yeah, come on. Like if you are trying to do the Northwest, you've got to, and you need these 2 routes, you have to solidify it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Getting all this other stuff is great. You got to make sure that you get this. All right, we found a little bit of a groove here. Stringing together some victories as of late on the channel. So if you are enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and we'll see you next time.